Yes.
Well, welcome, Coach. It's great to have you. The coach interview is presented by iTrust Capital. Retire with Crypto. Starting with your receivers' responsibilities, Coach. Coming off a big game against Utah, obviously as a team, you come out on the wrong side of it. What were your sort of takeaways coming out of that game going into the bye week?
Looking at all of the things that we need to get better at. Obviously that last drive, you like to see us have done some different things and maximize that opportunity. So just room to improve and understanding that, one game's not going to make this season. We still have a lot of things that we could work for and, focusing on those.
Coach, take us through your bye week. Obviously, coaches hardly get any time off. You guys are endlessly working on things, whether it's X's and O's or recruiting. How was your bye week? Did you get to step away, a little mental break at all, or how'd that week go for you?
My personal bye week or what we did as
both. Let's do both, one at a time.
There's levels to it.
we met on Sunday. We practiced on Monday, practiced on Tuesday morning, practiced on Wednesday. I got on a plane, flew to Dallas Wednesday night, was in Dallas recruiting Thursday. Got on a plane Friday morning, flew to St. Louis, was in St. Louis recruiting all day Friday. Got on a plane Saturday morning and got back here late Saturday afternoon.
That doesn't sound like much of a break.
Hey, I signed up for it.
There you go. And, Coach, I know you're a big recruiter. How was the maybe pitch or the sentiment of recruits change over the past 10 months from when you first got here and it's talking about, hey, what we're going to be, to now you have some data under you? How has that shifted at all the past few months?
I think it helps because now people have a physical, visual view of what we're trying to accomplish. I think a lot of people saw what we did at the previous place, but, it's not just, suggesting or saying, hey, this is what we want to do. Now they're physically able to see what we're doing here.
How did you build this room? When you took it over, there's guys you inherited. You probably looked at it and thought, hey, there's areas that I need. You go into the portal and you get some big-time players. How did you look at sort of building out, in particular, the wide receiver room to fit what you guys needed and wanted?
Well, I kind of look at it as a arranged marriage. Some of the guys that was here, I didn't, personally recruit because I wasn't here. So, I didn't go in their living rooms and sit down and develop relationships and have conversations with their parents. So, they chose to stay just like I chose to come here. So I was like, hey, we're arranged marriage. Now let's kind of figure out how to make this thing work. With the guys that we were able to go out and recruit, really we didn't have much time in recruiting them. So, it wasn't like there was a ton of time that was built in that. So, it was more about trying to get to know each other, develop a relationship, and figure out from my end, hey, how do I reach them and try to get the full potential out of them and showing them that, hey, I'm a person of my word and someone that they could trust.
Coach, we talked to Coach Riley last week, and he mentioned during the bye week, getting the older guys some rest and probably looking at some younger guys. Any younger guys during that week kind of pop up the film and say, hey, they might be ready to take that next step and get on the field and get some playing time?
I think, a lot of guys actually kind of maximized their opportunities this past week. Obviously, Mike Jack is a young man that we knew had the potential to do some really good things, and, through, injuries and things like that, really hadn't gotten a chance. He had a chance to make a play in the Utah game, but, he's, had some time this week to really step in and show like some of the things that he could do. It was nice to really be able to get Terrell back from his injury from a couple of weeks ago. So it was young and old guys. It was nice to see guys get in there and get a chance to mix it up and do some things.
Yeah, you mentioned all the different guys that we have at the receiver spot. I'm sure all of them think that, hey, I should be that dude getting that rep and getting that opportunity. How have you had to adjust your conversations with the stacked room, being a new coach, this being your first year? Some guys that are carryover dudes, some guys are new recruits. How has that been different for you this year maybe than in years past?
I think it's easy because, everything that they do, the grades and the numbers are put out there. So, it's not really much of a conversation. You see what you did, and at the end of the day, the guys that is the most consistent in doing things the right way are the guys that's gonna get opportunities to play. So it's not really a whole bunch of drawn out conversations when it comes to that. Talented guys know talent, and you've been a player before. Hey, if I'm winning a job and my work speaks day in and day out, then you're getting your opportunity, and how to, the results kind of are out there in front of you every day. So, the numbers kind of measure up, and they know, it's best guy's going to get
But coach, can I get one more rep? Coach, can I get one more shot in there? Right? I'm sure you don't hear that.
Hey, what did you do with the last rep that you got?
Well, you mentioned Michael Jackson. He gets his first real opportunity of the season and then makes the play and scores what really could have been a huge touchdown in the season. What was still a big play. What does that do for your room, showing that, hey, that next man up, everyone needs to stay ready, because you never know, that big moment might come in the fourth quarter at Utah in a tie game.
Well, it does exactly what you said. I mean, I think even coming out of fall camp, all of those guys knew that, hey, we have a ton of talent in this room, and if you're getting reps, that means that both Coach Raleigh, myself, and the rest of the coaching staff trust you enough to put you out on the field. And if you're not maximizing those opportunities, someone there in that room is going to come along and do your job and take your job. So, I mean, I think that's, a lot of the guys come to SC with the hopes of playing in NFL, and I think we put that platform in front of them, and they see it day in and day out. So when they do happen to go to that level, it's not nothing new to them. They know if I'm out here on the field, then I put in the work, and I deserve to be out here.
Coach, what are the tips for a Caleb Williams scramble drill? He's keeping the play alive forever. What are you telling your guys? Hey, man, never give up on this spot, because we've seen some plays this year where it looks like he's going down and maybe I shut a route down. What are you telling your guys to make sure, hey, you guys, this guy's going to keep working for you, keep working downfield?
Well, everybody has landmarks. So, I mean, the thing that we harp on is be in the area and the zone that you're supposed to be. The biggest problem we run into is, say you got a deep route or two deep routes and you got guys that are stacked on top of each other. So that becomes a problem where they need to play off of each other. But for the most part, it's like, hey, keep moving. If his eyes are up or downfield, he can get it to you anywhere on the field, whether it's 15 yards down the field or 65. So, I mean, we just got to be in our landmarks.
I know part of bye week for coaches is self-scouting. When you looked at your own past game through the first half of the season, were there themes that came up that you want to address and maybe improve on that was the focus during the bye week?
Yeah, there was some pad level things. There was some, yards after catch things that, we want to improve on. There was, some second effort things that we wanted to improve on.
Is pad level like blocking?
No, pad level is like on your releasing in your route.
Gotcha. Getting lower? More athletic?
Rolling those shoulders forward to give them the illusion that you're running vertically.
Learning receiver technique. This is good for me. This is good. Enough of this QB stuff.
Oh, blocking. You talk about blocking with the wide receivers, Max? Come on, man.
We do that too.
Get the rock.
We do that too.
No blocky, no Rocky, I believe is what the motto is around here. All right, that's Coach Simmons. Appreciate you taking the time on a Monday night, Coach. Good luck this week. Trojans are headed to Tucson, Arizona, 4 p.m. kick, Pac-12 Network. We'll go on at 2 o'clock.